Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to the Lazy Redhead. And if you don't know,
I'm the Lazy Redhead.
that was a good one. We're going to get straight into it this week because I tell you what, this is one chunky monkey, and it is building a new plain art kit, really, essentially. I didn't manage to get out and about. I went out, but not out. The reason is because I had prior engagements and I needed to stay home to take phone calls and be in for several meetings spread throughout the day. But that's okay because we got some great stuff lined up for you this week. So without further ado, past me is going to take over and I'll meet you back here at the end. Hello guys, apologies. Apologies for the uninspiring background. It is what we've got to work with. But I wanted to be by the light. I say light, there's not really much light today. It's very grey out. Today I wanted to talk to you about a new plein air kit that I have conjured up in my head. Largely inspired by the fact that I don't have a studio space and most of my art supplies are boxed away. When I say most of my art supplies, can't even speak.
When I say most of my art supplies,
I am referring to my paints, really. I've been so used to just being able to sort of flit around the studio, going from one medium to another. So I thought, right, well, no studio space really. I feel like a bit of a nomad situation. Everyone's having a sale at the moment. Cass Art, Jackson Art, some Amazon have got some offers on. I'm going to try and get a few acrylic paints in different brands, in small tubes, and then come up with a new plein air kit for me to try out. So just familiarise yourself. This is my current plein air kit, or my out and about go bag, my go bag. I have my camera holdy thingy, tripod, that's the one. A bunch of clips. I have a sketch pad. I have a board with a thong on it, created by the lovely Stephanie. That kit also came with magnets and pouches as well. I think I've got one of the pouches. Here's the magnets. There's magnetized clips in this kit that will get clipped to the board, and then these would clip on top, so you could have all of your art supplies around the board, which I absolutely love. With that kit also came magnet sponge pot, which also is a portable water top pot thing. I keep that everywhere with me anyway. Baby wipes. I've also got a bag of water brush pen situation. In this bag is a palette of art graph. Love it. I keep it in that just in case, because I saturate everything. Water soluble just gets drenched in water. And I have got a small pouch of brushes. So that's my current kit. Inside this pouch is the half size uni watercolor pencils, and they are made that size, so they are quite handy to have traveling around. And they're really good just to keep about, and they're extremely pigmented as well, and they play nice with most materials. So in terms of actually having a lightweight pencil solution, this is a really great option. What I came up with was two things. Number one, I thought I need something bigger to work on top of. So I decided to get this, which is like a folder really for art. It's hardback, and you have these string things. Have it is almost like an alternative sketchbook filled with my prepped paper. Everyone knows I love making a ground. A cheap ring bound sketchbook. It seems really good. The GSM is pretty high, I think. But it was really affordable and cheap with cream paint. For the paint, I did buy a few paints to test out. Like I said, I was taking the opportunity to experiment with potentially other brands. Most of my paints are basics. Now I love the basics because they're so cost effective for what you get. They're still very pigmented, they're light fast, and I just think their overall quality for a basic paint exceeds some quite renowned professional paint, in my opinion. The difference between a heavy body and a soft body versus the basics is that they are both a bit more pigmented than the basics. So if you were to water the basics down, the heavy body and the soft body will retain their pigment and vibrancy a lot more than the basics, right? But when you layer like I do and you saturate your piece with all manner of material, mixed media, I kind of feel like it doesn't affect me as much. For the paints though, I thought I need something waterproof just in case I have an accident. There's nothing worse than doing that. I need something with handles. I still need to be able to, you know, travel about. This is fine. I can still deal with this. So I thought, right, well, if I still have this for other stuff, I thought I'm gonna need something. So I figured getting this bag. It's a waterproof bag with handles, storing my paints in there. It's big enough though that if I chose not to take my rucksack, I could get everything in there. My board fits in here. I can also get my prepped pages in there as well. So it all goes in one bag with the paint. So give me a second to set my shit up and then we'll see what that looks like. I just sorted my stuff out, decanted the paints that I had purchased for this exercise in here. Now that is very heavy, so I'll probably leave some of them out. That's a decision that we will make in just a minute, but I think I should probably introduce these bad boys. Oh, and there's the other bad boy. This bad boy. You've got to have a new brush for a new plein air kit, really, haven't you? Look, that's the excuse I'm telling myself. So let's introduce these, swatch them out, and I'll meet you back here for us to make some decisions. Art haul, sorry. I'm getting so excited. Right, I need to just open this bad boy up quickly. Okay, so I got a brush. It's a type of brush I have never used before, but I've always admired. It's a hog hairbrush. It's from Crane. Jackson's, I think it's a Jackson special, but it was a nice shape. The things are quite long, like the furry bit's quite long, and I just think that it's going to be give me some interesting markages. Right, love. Now I can't remember what I ordered from Jackson Art. I know though it was some different types of paint. Ooh. Oh, this one's going to be a Hooker's Green Deep Permanent Hue by Liquitex. We have got a Systems 3 Pans Grey. We have got a Naples Light. This is by Amsterdam. Naples Yellow. And then we have an Olive Green Light. Oh my god. Swatch the shit. Okay, I'm going to do my Ranger. I've already got my water. I need to get to a page. Cool. Okay, we'll do this one. This is good. This is good. It's got a bit of, I think that was Castle Arts. Pens, pencils. Sorry, that's fine. Sorry, I can't even speak. I'm so excited. So this is a heavy body. I use Liquitex Basics. It is said that the Liquitex Basics aren't as pigmented as either the heavy body or the soft body, which means they could potentially go a long way. Water, but this is one that I'm really, really excited about. New brush as well. Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's everything that is. This is going to be so good. I'm so excited. I love this brush as well. It's giving me good scratchy vibes. Oh. Okay, that's just beautiful. That is just beautiful. What have I done? I've just made a whole page one colour. What an idiot. Love. Okay, so there's one. Oh, we've got Systems 3 Pans Grey. Oh. This I think is going to be great for sort of skies. Oh my god. Yeah, I was right. It's beautiful. Everything about that is everything I love. Brilliant. Let's go with greens. Okay, cool. Oh, that was way too much. Way too much. Nice. Very acidic. Really, really just joyful. Joyful. Oh, I'm so excited about that. I wanted just to test out new brands. Obviously, I'm a Liquitex hoarder, essentially. But I did want to test out new brands, new colours, new ranges. And I thought, hey, if I am going to test out my plein air kit, then why not invest in some new brands? It's a really cheaper, exciting way to do that without buying full new sets. You know, just get some little tubes like this. They're great for plein air stuff. Take them out and about. Naples Yellow Light. Not sure about it. That does make a lovely kind of green grey, that. Yeah, that makes a great green grey. Oh, that's nice too. They make a beautiful range of muted pastel colours. That's just beautiful. Okay, I'm excited about that. Excited. Now, the next delivery is coming today also, and I think it's around 2 o'clock. I'm just so bloody excited about experimenting with new paints, new brands, new colours, tones. As you know, mine are in storage, so unfortunately I am kind of going through the art sales at the moment and trying my luck with this. But these two are awesome. Are they bigger than I wanted to go for the plein air kit? Yes, they are actually. And this brush is going to be great. I'm really excited about that. Yeah, nice. Nice! Okay, we have the next part of the art haul. Oh, what's this? Bit of history on Cass art. How delightful. I haven't received one of them before. All of these I think are paints. I think all of them are paints. And they are all acrylic Winsor & Newton, but they were on special. So we've got a blue. We have got, oh, there's a couple in here. They're much bigger than I wanted them to be. I wanted them to be that size. Oh well, we have got Opera Rose. We have got a titanium white. We have got a pale olive. That one does look quite pretty actually. We have got an ultramarine. We have got a burnt umber mixing white, buff titanium. We've got red ochre, deep turquoise. We have got powder blue. Now I love anything powdery, pastel-y. Dear, I've just spilt my water. Silly tart. Pale violet. We have got permanent magenta, olive green, cadmium red hue, lemon yellow, yellow ochre, pale rose blush. We have hooker's green. We have Pan's grey. We have raw sienna, ivory black, cadmium yellow deep, burnt sienna, and permanent green deep. Okay, so like before, we are going to swatch somehow. I'll get my trusty new brush. Okay, next page. Oh, I'm so excited. Can't even handle it. You know I love a bloody swatch. Love a bloody swatch. I know people hate watching swatches, and I get it. I totally get it. It's not for everyone. It can be quite boring and repetitive. But I'm just totes excited about it all. That's my problem. I'm just going to start. Oh. Okay, so, ooh, nice. Again, this is, I wanted them to be smaller, the tubes. I don't know why I didn't think about that. For the price I paid per tube, actually, this is a really reasonable deal, to be honest. Yep, nice. These are really lovely. Raw. Nice, that's really lovely. I like how transparent they are as well. I know some people really appreciate an opaque moment. I'm okay with not. I quite like building layers, so the opaqueness really isn't as important. You can get mediums and things like that can help with that as well. Red ochre. I would compare them to the Liquitex, but as I said, everything is. Well, that is nice. That is a lovely colour. Everything is in storage, and it's so annoying. I feel completely and utterly lost without my full studio, my full range of art supplies. I really do. I feel so lost. Oh, Cinder, that's nice. This is burnt sienna. So this reminds me of the Liquitex version because the Liquitex have a transparent range as well, and that's very much like that. Lush. So this is olive. Oh, it doesn't. Okay. I will mix, so for example, we can take some of these and dirty them up a bit, neutralize them a bit. That is nice. So that is nice. Okay, I'm excited about that then. We've got Hooker's Green. It's always a good mixing green. Oh, so that is just lush. Oh, wow. I get so excited. Okay, that's really beautiful. Okay, this one is Permanent Green Deep. So this is going to be good for mixing, so you can neutralize it with a bit of burnt umber, and it will create like a lovely range of greens like that. So that's going to be really, really beautiful. So excited about that as well. Oh, I'm just so happy. I need to get out and about, but it's raining today. So bloody annoying. But that's okay. I'll go at some point. Now this one's nice. This one's pale olive, but it did remind me of that green grey that me and Pat love. This one's more of on the mint blue side, but I figured that, for example, I could put a touch of yellow ochre in. This is how I make my own green grey by adding some of this, and it does just dirty it up a bit and create beautiful colour, which is so nice. This out of the tube is stunning, absolutely beautiful, and I will use it out of the tube, but you can, you know, create your own towards the tonal value that you need and want. So this is deep turquoise. Turquoise is always brilliant to have for skies and water. And again, you can neutralize these with any of these warmer tones. So if I was to get a bit of that, you create some stunning like sea greens, which are just really stunning. I think I've just got the lids on the wrong tube. Oh well, it is what it is. Ultramarine, I'm sorry, but if you said I own a paint palette, this is it, and it didn't have an ultramarine on, I'd be like, seriously? So you call yourself professional. Obviously you can have a palette without ultramarine, but do you really have a fully fledged palette? Okay, this is Deep Windsor Blue. So the reason I wanted this one was again, skies. You can always create some amazing purple. So I haven't swatched this magenta for you just yet, but this is going to help with the skies. It gives it that really stunning kind of, I mean, look at that. You just stunning, absolutely beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. Swatch this now that we've got it. It's got a bit of that blue in, but yeah, see, beautiful. Really pigmented, vibrant. Okay, I need to push you over slightly. Now we have Powder Blue. I even love that name, Powder Blue. I love a powder blue. Beautiful, stunning, absolutely stunning. I'll be interested to see how these dry as well. Do they have that very vinyl-y, shininess about it, like most acrylics do, or, you know, are they a bit more subdued? Okay, so this one is Pale Rose Blush. I like using these for mixing, but mainly for skies. So evening skies, stunning. And also highlights in my pink trees. This is very much a pink tree vibe. It does need neutralizing a bit. I think it's more on the darker side. This is why I got this one though, so that I could match it up. Well, that is Neon Opera Rose. I think that's part of the neon range. It doesn't say neon though. That is insane in person. But actually mixing, would it make a nice, yeah, it does. It makes quite a nice pink mixed, but I don't know if I'd use that straight. Okay, and we got Cadmium Red. I love a bright pillar box red. I like it really, yeah, so that's perfect. That's a perfect red in my opinion. And last but not least, Pale Violet. Now I love purples. This by far is my favorite. Yeah, stunning. Absolutely beautiful. I think the only colour that I'm not 100% sold on is this pink. I think that it's very neon. Yeah. I mean, you can't see it on the camera. That's the annoying thing. But it is extremely neon. As for that though, that's dried. Let me see it, but it doesn't have the shininess. I can feel, does feel very matte. It doesn't have that shiny quality. But when you match it up with the colours we already have, I think that's going to work very, very well, actually. I do need to test out the Pans Grey quickly, actually. I might just do it here. Pans Grey is great for skies, and I think that's actually a really nice one. Comparing this to the Winsor & Newton one is a bit more blue. It's got a bit more colour to it, which I really like, but I think that the two are going to work really well together. So I'm really excited about that. One thing I love about these though is that the colour is quite prominent on the packaging. These two, the colour is not prominent, so I'm probably going to have to put a big swatch of it on the outside of the bottle. So I might do that now and give it time to dry, because the packaging, so I'll do that and let that dry, because the packaging is going to require it. So my actual setup, obviously with the Amsterdam, the bottles are see-through, so you can see what they are, which is going to be good. When you're rifling around, then it's not going to be ideal, is it? So yeah, I'm just gonna do that, and do that. Cool, let that dry. That then will allow me to see what they are inside the bag. I'm so excited in it. I've got the book that I swatched in, and I just want to have a look about what we've got and kind of come up with a palette, like a colour palette really. The way we're going to do this is by choosing which colour is best suited for the job based on the swatches that we have. Okay, so let's decant these out. So I'm thinking absolutely yes to these two, which are here and here. They can go in the bag. We've made the cut, guys. I do want to keep the acrylic, what am I talking about? The bloody Amsterdam. I want to keep those. Pop you guys in. While I'm here, I'm also going to add some gloves to that also. Now, a massive yes is probably going to be the pale olive. That is a big yes. It's very much my vibe. A massive no, right, I'm going to put that in as well. A massive no is probably going to be the rose one. What I'm probably going to end up doing with that is decanting it into a pot when I get my pots back and mixing it with another colour to neutralise it a bit. I just find that very unsightly. I love a neon, don't get me wrong, but I have neon stuff and most of those are in ink because I find them the most pleasurable to work with. You can't see it, which is annoying because it sounds like I'm being mental. I'm not. The other thing, I wish that this magenta, I think this is called magenta, permanent magenta, was darker, almost like a burgundy with a brown. So I'm probably going to leave that behind too because it's not the hue that I want, but I can make it the hue. I just need to decant them both into a pot to do that. I'm definitely going to say yes to the pale, so pale violet and the powder blue. They have absolutely 100%, a million % made the cut. Definitely going with the deep turquoise, I think. Yes. Am I though? Right, we'll leave the buff. Do we want to leave the titanium buff? Now there's two Pans Greys. I'm going to take both because one is more bluey than the other. Systems 3 is far more grey than the Winsor & Newton, so I'm going to take both. We want this green, definitely. Shove him in. We want, actually I'm going to take all 3 greens. Yeah, definitely. Obviously, what am I thinking? Why is this even a discussion? Blues. Right, so we have 3 distinct blues here, other than the powder, which is already in there. That is the turquoise, the ultramarine. Yeah, I'm going to take all 3. Cool. I'm glad we made that decision. Now, do we want to go with the titanium white or do we want to go with the titanium buff? Red oxide, which is here, we're definitely going to go with the red oxide. I'm going to leave the lemon yellow behind. I'll take the red, definitely take the red. I'm going to take all the burnt sienna situation. Okay, so we are leaving out 6. I think that's quite decent. We're leaving out 6. Okay, the other major change I've made is to this bad boy. Now, I'm renowned for having more pencil rolls than I can physically carry. The other thing I found when using these the other day, I felt that they were quite restrictive. I wasn't feeling them the other day when I did a little teaser for a video I've got that I'm doing called While I Can, which is basically like capturing everything around me whilst I've got this property, because I have a lot of memories in this property and the surrounding areas. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set this one aside also and actually take a roll. So in order to facilitate my current work and the lack of space that I currently have, I have reduced my pencil collection down to a single roll. That's not including water soluble. I've decided to bank water soluble pencils for the time being and just stick to non-water soluble because I wanted to concentrate on paints and inks at the moment. So I've done quite a lot of ink reviews and I wanted to obviously take acrylic paint out with me, plein airing, which is something I haven't done at all. So that is going to be really interesting. I'm quite excited about that. It also means that I'm not necessarily going to be walking around as much. I am probably going to find a spot, pitch up, and then that's going to be what I work from for the duration. I won't move once, but you can imagine that's a lot of admin. You know, I think that's going to be an interesting concept as well. So I decided to do this. And actually it's working out fairly well, although there are a number of pencils that I am running low on, much of which are the Prismacolors. Basically what I've chosen to be inspired by was the fact that I don't have a studio space. Rather than sitting at home crying about it, I decided to just be proactive and think of it another way, an opportunity, if you will, an opportunity to get out and about and actually come up with a completely new system. A system, I might add, granted, is quite chunky. It's quite heavy, actually. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, my intention is not so much to go out and move around so much, but find a spot and sort of stay there. Now we just need to actually get out there and actually create stuff. Let's not forget this, though. Hi guys. I'm not on my big camera, it's run out of battery, and battery's all the way up there. I know. We're starting off with outside in my garden, and the reason is because I didn't realise I've got 2 meetings today, both of which are on the phone. So well, I did realise, I just forgot. This happens all the time. So obviously I was all geared up to go out today, and then my calendar went bling bling. No, you're not. Bling bling. So that scrapped that, and it's such a beautiful day. Oh, look how beautiful it is. Oh, almost chopped you. I know, it's a pain in the ass, but it is what it is, guys. Living the dream, after all.
Living the dream.
Currently, I have done several sketches. And I'm just going to talk you through the pros and cons of having this set up whilst I remember. Okay, so far we've done this one in the big ring bound. That'll get cut out. I will go into it with colouring pencils, probably some Neo 2s potentially. But the texture is just juicy. I'm absolutely loving the texture, and it's of that kind of area there, so you can just see over the fence there, so you see a little bit of it. I wanted to get like these trees in, so you see it. Next, oh, I did this one. I don't usually do houses or buildings, but it's something I've really wanted to be getting into, and I did it of that line over there. It's not exactly the same, like I've taken out a lot of their personal features, but I didn't want that. I was more interested in these rooftops with the surrounding shrubs. I will be going into this, although I don't know, actually I quite like the simplicity of it. It reminds me of something and I just can't put my finger on it. Don't know. Then I thought I would try something completely different, and I thought I would go for these shrubberies here along the fence line. They're all protruding, you can see they're all kind of coming out. So I thought, actually, I will do a bit of that, and I will definitely go in with some pencil. Not bad. As for the kit though, I think that the kit is working well. I'm really happy with it. I quite like having everything loose so that I can just find, grab, use. With these, you can just do this. You can just kind of keep them like that and just have a few lined up so that you're not having to constantly put the cap back on, which can be, you know, annoying. The best caps are the Systems 3, because they are literally, you know, that and that. So that is actually amazing. So what I'll probably do is anytime I replace one other than the Liquitex, I'll replace it with the Systems 3 just for the ease of that. The other thing I could do, because I actually really am loving the Winsor & Newton. They're really nice. They don't have a sheen, so some acrylics, as you know, certainly the cheaper, they have like a really aggressive plasticky sheen. You can see it has a sort of very mild satin, but it's not plasticky. That's the paper. And it feels really nice. So you'll see here with a build up, it kind of gets a bit plasticky, but I don't mind on the build up. The last thing you want is for it to be like, you know, working on a plastic plate type thing, you know. So that's great. Thin layers, that's the key with acrylics, I believe. Unless you like texture. If you like texture, then by all means choose a medium, but don't rely on the paint to be your texture. Ruby, Yeah, Mummy saw you. I saw you, little shit. Don't start being a naughty little girl. So I like the grab and go. I've got sort of my paintbrushes just sort of here. It's very, it looks a lot, but actually it's quite minimal. So I will just work in paints, and what I'll probably do is get a couple of pots to put some Neo 2s. I'm also probably going to invest in getting some Neo 1s actually, because they're non-water soluble and they'll work really well with this, what I'm trying to achieve. Yeah, I'm quite delighted by it all actually. As for the paintbrushes, I'm quite happy with the selection that I've got. I don't feel like I need any more than what I have. I have obviously these. I think these are the same as this one. So I think I've got 3 of the same really. So I could probably lose 2 of them. It's always, you know, I know that it's not a lot to get rid of, but it is when, you know, you're trying to travel about. I'll say that this kit is for going to a destination and finding a spot and sitting there. It's not one that you can mooch around with. It'll be too heavy, it's too cumbersome. The paints are really, really heavy. So I think that this is like a one spot situation. But if you plonk yourself somewhere with like a 360 situation, you can literally just move around. You don't necessarily need to stick to one view. And plus, one view, I mean, there's a lot of information in the one I'm looking at, you know. So I'm not really worried or bothered. I quite like that. It means that I have more time for creating, because if I have the ability to walk and roam around, I will. Don't ask me why, I just will. So I'm really quite happy. I'm going to continue. I'm probably going to do some little thumbnails. I don't usually do that, but I think for composition and just kind of getting ideas, thumbnails are pretty good. I'll probably get a pencil for that. Probably go upstairs. I'll just pretend that I took one with me, and then I didn't do that, and then I can get my battery sorted out. But what I'm going to do, I've got this pot, right? So this pot is all my little pencils. Now I know that they're not so little that they, yeah, I mean that's my smallest one there. But the trick with these, the thing with these is I've been keeping them by my bed. Now these are all the ones that I use religiously. You know, I know that these are going to be good. So I'll just get one out because I want to do some thumbnails for compositions. Compositions is something I've been really, really struggling with. I have no idea why. Cool. That's quite a nice, complex thumbnail. And I'm quite happy with that composition. So there's another one here with these houses. This is one thing that I've been wanting to do. There's a big hill at the back with a wood block on it, and then you've got a telephone pole. I'll put these little details in because it's quite nice actually. Cool. Quite like that as a little thing. This is obviously an extension of While I Can in my sketchbook, trying to capture bits about this landscape. I am going to get another picture of this here, so I'll probably just box this bit off. There's a house here that's got quite a nice, satisfying roof. It's a nice house. So then what I might do is potentially do some colour swatching there. I think that would be quite useful to have. Certainly taking swatches from this landscape whilst your eyes adjust, you can pick up different tones. So that would be quite a useful exercise to have. But these will obviously feature, so all of these pencils will be in it. Yeah, I mean, that's a beautiful little... Oh, I've got a green here. I knew that there was a dark green in this somewhere. Yeah, and that's a nice palette. I think I would have bought that palette anyway. How bizarre. So this is something you can do if you're not feeling it, if you're struggling to get into it. This is definitely an exercise worth doing. You know, it doesn't really require much thinking. You can practice your drawing skills, which is great. You don't have to think about much. You're just doing little annotations, you know, and then you're doing a bit of swatching for colours in the landscape. Well, that's nice. See, I tell you what, using the sage green as a mix is actually really, really nice. That'll just have to be extra opaque. Yeah, so you're just shoving everything into a bag, tipping out your water, and you're just going. So this is just marvellous, I think. Right, I'll let this bit dry, and yeah, we'll probably do something with these three. I'll show you how to potentially utilise the thumbnails, make them bigger. It's a lot, isn't it? A lot. I did tell you it was a lot, right? It was like at least a 3 to 4 cuppa situation. I just want to quickly go over some of the stuff I did quick before I let you go and get on with your lovely lives. So these two, oh, yum, 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 and equally yum, yum. I also did this one, which you didn't see, just before I was coming out. The sun came out again as I was packing up, and I was like, no, I've just one more. I'll probably work on top of these two during a Patreon studio session. I am also going to expand on the thumbnail. So you saw me create, this is the thumbnail idea here. I'm going to expand on the piece you just saw me create. So I created the ground, taking that from the thumbnail that you saw me do. All of these, the grounds and all of this sort of stuff, will probably be taken over to Patreon. So it will be like a studio session from this. So I'll probably do that. I'm really delighted with the efforts today. I'm very excited about finishing off some of these pieces. Certainly these thumbnail ideas have proven already to be quite useful. I'll probably go into detail, taking a thumbnail, you know, the power of a thumbnail or something like that. That will be taken over to Patreon. So feel free, if it's something you want to delve into with me, go over to Patreon. The link is below, and see if it's for you. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to toodaloo. Honestly, I should not be left alone with a camera. Let's be honest. Come on, isn't it true? Yeah, I'm gonna off ski, and I'm going to probably get on with another video, obviously. But I'm so happy to have done this week. I really enjoyed myself. The Plein Air kit is proving to be absolutely amazing. The setup is not for everyone, but it's very convenient. So what you lack in probably slimlining in that it's not as, you know, lightweight as you would want a plein air kit to be. There is a sense of bulkiness and heaviness about it. It is quite, you know, clunky in that sense. It more than makes up for set up and pack up. Like, it is, honestly, you can't get any better, because literally you're just shoving it all in a bag and going. There's no tidy, it's never going to be tidy, it's never going to be neat, clean and organised. It's literally just a big vessel with handles. You shove everything in and you're just on your way. And as long as you plan your walk or your destination, there's no reason why you should be lugging anything around for any sort of length or duration. It's just fine, it's absolutely fine. Granted, I didn't get very far. I literally got to my back garden. I had planned for bigger things for us, but there's absolutely no reason why I won't be doing that in the future. In the coming weeks, I'll probably end up taking out and about with me anyway and doing like a studio vlog situation. I don't know what the future holds at this point. Thank you for joining me this week, and thank you so much for your continued support every single week on this channel, and your contributions, viewing, likes, notifications, subscribing, all of it. I really do appreciate it very, very much. It does mean more than you know. Anyway, love ya! Mwah.